ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get it.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now Locke. This is intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Broncos nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Clock now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Locke looks to throw it again. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Locke to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Murray steps away to his left. This is taken in by McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride, 35 yards. And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point good by Prater. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it. But I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up. One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun. Locke finds his man. It's Kohler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and...
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Murray going to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Draymond Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. 4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, Locke gets it out wide to Davis Price. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 45 on second down. Locke. Got his target. That's Kohler. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 24-yard line. Locke working out of the gun. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And it's caught. Touchdown. Charlie Kohler, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Going deep for Hopkins, and it's incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
A final shot before half for Locke. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Pass brought in. That's another catch for Kohler. 25 yards that time. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They look to throw. It's locked. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Charlie Kohler with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now Murray. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Able to get this one to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Murray. With a catch made by Hopkins. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to run with Hunt. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3? I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Phillips now from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Clock now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Lock going to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Now Locke, gotta have this one. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And this is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Shotgun and then a handoff to Davis Price.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 35 on 2nd down. Locke. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, here's Davis Price.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First down, and they go right back to Davis Price.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Second down, here's Davis Price. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard.
And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout. And they come up with the interception in the end zone.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Third and 2, and here's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A huge play there for Arizona. 67 yards. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. This will be caught once again by Brown.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4.
Handoff up the middle, Now the ball comes loose, but I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
Could have been and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Moore, the man in motion. Murray now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Cardinals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Prater for the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Phillips now from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And Incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Locke to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, no, that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We going honest, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we get God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow their mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble. My all hustle, my diamonds are huddled up. TGOD got this off the muscle. Ask me about my life, man, I love it. Got so many rings, I need room for another one. Been through the pain, now it ain't no more struggle. My team win the game, put our face on the cover, brother. We the champions.
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and the best, and you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. He for the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking nothing from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the knew I got him lucky that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you go. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you go. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Feelings that yeah, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be caught like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavy then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best.